Everybody's gonna ask, how do I know you? Who is this guy?
I am your father.
I am your father.
I was like maybe 10 years old. My first bike was a little mini bike, had a 5-horse Tecumseh engine on it. I think my parents bought it for me.
How old was I when you bought me my first motorcycle?
Uh,
How old?
0?
0? Yeah. Didn't buy me a motorcycle? No.
I ended up showing my sister where the throttle was, the brake. If anything happens, just let go of the throttle, hit the brake, and you'll be all right. She grabs a handful of throttle, T-bones the house. Threw her over the handlebars, her face hit the house, but the motorcycle was okay. And that's what started the whole thing, racing enduros and motocross. And actually I had a Honda 70. I don't know where he acquired this thing, but you had to twist the wires together to start the thing. I didn't ask any questions. I just paid the man, and yeah, the guy told me, he says, anything goes wrong with this, don't take it to a dealership. That was my transportation to get to my summer job when I was a kid, baling hay. 50 cents an hour for baling hay. Of course, we knew all the shortcuts. I couldn't ride it on the road, so we cut across pastures and through the creek and over the river and through the woods kind of thing. And I'd run across this pasture all the time. I had a trail set up. Dairy farmer, he had set up a electric fence a couple days before to keep the cattle out of one side. So I'm ripping across this field about 5 feet away. I see this wire stretched across, ran through it, thought I was gonna decapitate myself. The wire cut me across the arms and the chest. Off the back of the bike I went. That was close.
Well, good thing you were wearing your helmet, right?
Then after that I had a Kawasaki 350, but it was kind of a lead sled. It was heavy, it just wore me out. Well, I had a Yamaha IT 250. It just didn't have enough juice. Then I got into a KTM. I think I had a KTM 250. It didn't quite do it. Then I eventually ended up with a KTM 420.
You invented freestyle motocross?
I didn't want to. Chicagoland Santa Fe Speedway, they used to have flat track there. They ran TTs there. Of course, the stock cars all ran there. It was a dirt track. They ran a motocross there. Kind of lost it one night in front of the grandstands coming over the big camel jump. Ended up on my front wheel. Almost lost it, but did a perfect handstand on the handlebars going down the front straightaway. The crowd loved it. I wasn't too fond. In fact, I never did it again. All my buddies said that was the only thing I was famous for, was inventing the handstand for the grandstand. I met a friend of mine from Oklahoma. He was a old flat tracker from way back, and he thought it was fun to ride enduros. And we'd race on Sundays, and we went to this one enduro. We had like 4 bikes on the trailer, and we come pulling in, and the trailer hit a big pothole and bounced all the bikes. And well, one of the bikes, motorcycle strap came off, came unhooked. Of course, the bike fell to the outside. We're dragging it all the way across this parking lot by one motorcycle strap. It's upside down. Everybody's running, hollering, waving at us and trying to get us to stop. We thought we were just, most popular guys on the circuit. We're waving back and laughing and, pointing, and they're pointing at us and we're waving. And finally looked in the mirror and it's like, oh no. Oh, it was actually the guy that was driving the van. So he couldn't blame anybody. He was an old Okie from way back, and that bike don't know no different. It'll run. He actually did pretty good. Crooked handlebars and all. He used to race some professional flat track. The only way you're gonna make money is if you win. And these guys knew how to patch up. They just had the knack for doing that. So you had to do what you had to do. Well, he had this old, I don't know what it was, if it was a BSA or what, but he'd come around a corner and the carburetor had come loose and was falling out of the boot. He'd have to reach down underneath his leg, push the carburetor back into the boot so it wouldn't be sucking so much air down the straightaway. Then he'd have to let go of it to go, slide around the curves, around the corners. And about the time he'd get on the gas, this thing would start wobbling its way back out. He'd have to reach back down and push the carburetor back in, and ran the whole race like that. Bum, 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 bum. Bap, 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 bap. That thing was slicker than snot.